And we are live. Welcome, everybody, to Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. We're going to be getting started in just a couple of minutes. Everybody, please check in and let me know where you are from. Thank you so much. Please keep your hands and body parts inside the vehicle at all times. We will be flying at an altitude of approximately 40,000 feet. And we will be touching down in lovely Puerto Vallarta, where there's a temperature of balmy, lovely 78 degrees. And we will be getting started shortly. Yeah, Dragon, settle down a little bit. Easy on the Skittles, guys. It's too early. Wait, no, you guys are later over there. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Welcome, everybody. Let me know where you are viewing from. Hello, 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 hello. I know UK. UK's in the house. Canada's in the house. Anybody remember the magic words? Anyone? I'll help you out. Full send. Let's go. The truth. The truth. The truth. Set you free. Set you free. In an age of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. All right, everybody, welcome once again. Here we go from the pineapple to the Big Apple, from Maine to Spain. Another edition of the Veritas Machine special report here. The live commentary. Fasten your seatbelts. Glenn Ward. Mr. Atherton doing the interview. We're going to get on this in a minute. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so glad to have everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Regulars, new people, smash that like button. That's how we do it. If you want to support this channel, that's how it goes. Smash that like button, because then other people who are looking for this type of material will be able to see it. We will fall within that algorithm, and that helps out quite a bit. Comments, sharing. What you could do right now is you can go right up in the URL bar, or whatever the F that thing's called. Copy that, send it to some friends right now, invite them in. Some people who need to hear a little bit okay? So Darren did a really great job on this interview, Mr. Appleton. M. Seeker aired it the other day, which was great. And welcome, 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 everybody. all my friends from the UK, the United States. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. We are picking up part 2 right about the midway point of this interview, approximately. So here's my new background. I think I got to make some adjustments here, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Hold on here. Let's just fix this green a little bit. I like the fact that my hat has the green under it. So if anybody is like thinking like, oh, your hat's not right. No, it's just perfect. All right. So thank you so much once again for joining me. Thank you for having me. Okay. What do you think of that? So part 2, really interesting stuff going on here. I mean, look, we all know about Charlie. And it's very difficult for Charlie to hide who Charlie is. Spain, huh? But when you deal with a man's family, I tend to feel like maybe we should listen. Maybe we should listen to the guy that grew up around him. I've gotten a lot of heat and comments talking about what a patriot and what a great guy Charlie is. People just don't seem to look into things at all. And I'm finding that in my looking into a lot of this stuff that unfortunately people really want more hope than truth. And that truth is like poetry. And, you know, it's not like poetry reading sell out. Okay? So we'll be getting those caps going in a little while. I do not have a merch store currently because I don't want to deal with companies that want me to sell masks for them. So that's why I don't do it. But when it does open up, and when I do find a supplier that does not sell masks, then I will open up a merch store again. I really don't need it, but I'm happy to do it if people would like the stuff. I'll just, it's going to be really expensive because I don't make merch, but I'm happy to have some really nice stuff, quality goods, American made. Hang on, by the way, to everybody who is listening right now, hang on until the end of this broadcast. I have something very special to share with you and something very special to give you as a gift for hanging out with me today. So hang on till the end, and we're going to get that going. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. But right now, let us get right to it, shall we? I pulled it back from halfway, not as far as I did before. Sometimes I do pull them a little bit far back, but this one we got just right, like Goldilocks. So we're going to get right into this, and some really interesting stuff. And with the work that you put in to find out who people really are, and you catch so much crap for it. You find that, again, truth is, people will resist it that are not telling it. So let's move. Oh, this is the wrong screen share. I'm hitting the wrong one, So there we go. Happened. Now, this is Darren Atherton. That's Darren Atherton. The gentleman with the beard is Glenn Ward. Couple of handsome dudes out there getting some really important information out to the world regarding this leader of the grifters. He's like the Pied Charlie. He's the Pied Piper Charlie.
Fortunately.
So, I mean, what's it like there? Where he's living there?
Thank you.
What kind of, what is it like? His lifestyle? His house? Is it a big house? Is it?
No, it's not a big house. It's a nice house. It's not a big house. If I'm right, if he still lives in Benalmadena, where
and for the people who have checked in and been listening to some of my content, I do commentary and I do parody, and we had some trolls in there. I always have trolls in the comments, but I am not making fun of anyone's accent. That is just ridiculous. Okay, it is called parody. And And my imitations are pretty damn good. So I don't know how anybody could think I'm making fun of it. You know what I'm saying?
Assume he lives. Yes, you go in. You got one. You go upstairs. You got the 3 bedrooms. Yeah, 3 bedrooms. You go downstairs. You got the living room, kitchen. Then you go downstairs again. Halfway downstairs, there's another room. And then downstairs, you've got like this outside bit where there's a swimming pool. And then at the end is where his office is, where he's kind of cordoned it off, where it's his little den, if you like. Would never lie. She's just not that person. She told me that he got thrown out for adultery.
Well, part of parody and commentary is doing the commentary of the story because I have to, or else then it would just be running someone else's stuff. So I do a little commentary here, and you know, there's a very popular style. What I do, there's lots of people who do something similar to me, and I'm coming up. All right, I'm coming up. I do it better. I love this microphone.
He basically just kept on shagging around, and he got thrown out, and then he basically blackmailed my mum to come out of the religion. She said, this is the only thing she says, and this is just from her mouth, it's the best thing he's ever done for me, was to get her out of that religion, because the religion's quite a tough gig. Yeah. So she's happy for that. That's the only thing she's happy for. He blackmailed us. He basically said, I'll tell them that we've been sleeping together and blah, 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 blah. And she left with the kids, us. And then with the house and everything else, and together, he went into his business deal with a guy called Wayne. And he then lost the house, left my mum, and left my mum to defend 3 children on her own without any family help, because they're in the religion, they cut you off completely, to raise us on benefits and living in council houses, winter lets, all the rest of it. She did a fucking good job, very good job with all 3 of us, considering the circumstances that she was given in life. That's it.
So is that his or is it rented?
It's rented, yeah. It's rented. Yeah, definitely rented. That's if he lives in that same house.
Yeah. How often did you see him after you left? Did you see him?
He would never show up. He would come maybe once a year, twice a year, if that. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there'd be periods of years without seeing him. I can bet. All I remember is when he did show up, he'll turn up with presents.
Darling, if you'd like to listen to it, then listen to it. You know what I mean?
You know, he'll turn up in a flash car with presents, considering he had no money to pay my mum, and she was obviously fuming at that point.
I don't want anybody to get angry at Glenn. I don't want anybody to get any animosity towards Glenn. I mean, I think he's just doing the right thing. Very cool that you see the house there in the. That's very interesting. I fully believe this guy. I have no reason to believe that he's not being completely forthright.
And she's working. I shouldn't really say this. Could do to put food in our mouths and shoes on our feet, kind of thing. She's got 3 kids. It was obviously very difficult. So. And so she basically had to do that. He just turned up all the time. You can't turn up in a Porsche or a Lexus or something like that. Presents, and we had skateboards, remote control cars, and coming from where we came from, that was like gold for us. It was like, oh wow, like we were the little kids. Like, this is the best thing ever. Dad's well cool. He's got, look at his car. You know, we just thought it was amazing, but. You kind of grow up and realize what's a cunt.
Bollocks.
Basically.
Bollocks.
As a father, I know my language is never too not colourful, but it gets a bit.
That's okay. There's no problem with that.
You know, I see a little bit of resemblance of Charlie and Glenn's like eye area, but like absolutely nothing else about Glenn is like Charlie. You know what I mean? Oh, good for him. I very much relate to Glenn. like I said on part one, from a personal standpoint, I understand what it's like to grow up in a house like that. And I can't even, just the stuff that I get for what I put out, I cannot imagine the garbaggio he is dealing with right now in his life. So I hope everything's well with him. Well, I think the apple fell very far from the tree in this case.
So what would you like to, what message would you give to people who are actually following his word and sending him money and coming up with ideas?
There we go.
I wouldn't. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's taking stuff from information sources, probably manipulating it into his own words. He talks a good story. He has nothing to back up these stories. As I say, have a look if there's anything on his payroll anywhere. I guarantee there's not. Have a look, and he'll say that it's because it's government and it's MI6 that it's all hidden. Yeah. That will be his excuse. And do your own research. Basically, do your own research. Look at anything that's substantial that he's done in the past that's come true. Have a look at the companies. I heard that he's doing something with a gold company or something, buying gold and use his thing. If you have a look at that company, someone sent it to me and I had a look at it. I think the reviews were like 2 out of 5 stars. I'm sorry, mate, but I wouldn't buy from 2.5 stars, even if my wife told me to buy from there. I just wouldn't do it. I'd go look elsewhere if I wanted to buy gold. I'd rather pay the extra 10% that you get off to get something decent with a 5-star review. It's got a credible backing.
That's the same with all the companies that he's dealing with. If you look at them and you go to the reviews, they've all got like 2.5 or 1.9 star. You know, they're not. But
you know, the thing is, he runs the game on his kids too. He was running the game on his kids, and this is his son, like his own flesh and blood, telling him about it. And this is the son that is loyal to his family. Very interesting stuff going on here, guys. Thank you for joining me live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Everybody check in, say hello, let me know where you're from if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for being here.
Not really any trustworthy company.
Make sure you hit that like button, guys.
Just use your own head. Do a bit of your own due diligence. Find out if it doesn't look right, it fucking ain't.
Exactly.
The internet doesn't lie. Well, it does in many ways, but with the review system, it's pretty much tough boundaries on that. So you can't do it. I work on the internet all the time. So with marketing. So I know that these review systems work. And if they're saying that it's not, have a look. I always write a company name, scam, a company name, fraud. Have a look, do that on everything, and it will give you a fraud review, a scam review. And if there's people saying stuff, obviously if there's one, something may have gone missing in the post. But if there's a multiple, then there's no smoke without fire, guys. Just brains. And if it keeps coming up that this guy.
Susie, are you Charlie's neighbor? Susie lives in Spain from the UK. Do you go to the same bakery? Because I want to know about this bakery that he goes to. I'm very curious about the bakery. I love baked goods. I mean, is it a good bakery? I mean, it's in the middle of what? Where is he? Marbella? I mean, a bakery in Marbella does sound kind of delicious. I'm not gonna bullshit you. Like when he talks about that bakery, it's almost like I could smell that Italian bakery when I was a little kid down the street. Anyway.
Charlie Ward is an absolute bullshitting liar, which
I
already know. But I leave you guys to work that out yourselves.
Yeah.
I can't system. It's pretty much tough boundaries on that.
Here we go again. I want to hear this one more time.
I work on the internet all the time, so
this is his son.
So I know that these review systems work, and if they're saying that it's not, have a look. I always write a company name, scam, a company name, fraud. Have a look, do that on everything, and it will give you a fraud review, a scam review. And if there's people saying stuff, obviously if there's one, something may have gone missing in the post. But if there's a multiple, then there's no smoke without fire, guys. Just brains.
Right.
And if it keeps coming up that this guy, Charlie Ward, is an absolute bullshitting liar, which I already know. But
I wonder how many corporations and where's Althea? I wonder who knows what other corporations that he has. I'm just looking at some of that stuff.
I leave you guys to work that out yourselves.
Yeah.
I can't. I can
Hello,
lead a horse
Dallas.
to water, but I can't make him drink it. So I'm pretty sure you'll all work it out. Darren's worked it out very quickly.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been following him for quite a while since March last year when he started. Like a few of us, like Henry does the videos when he starts off with the new King of England kind of scam. Do you know about that?
The new King of England.
Yeah, basically, there's a guy that was claiming to be the rightful king, and got involved with that, and it was just basically another big scam. I can send you information if you wanted.
I honestly don't want. I don't want to see. I don't want to read. I don't want nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
I want him to. Yeah, as I said, I don't know anything of this current situation. I do know his past history. And I just want to make sure that he's outed for what he does. I just don't think he's right. I think he's mentally unstable in some way. But
like I said, I mean, for me, it's not about trying to harm your dad or trying to, because he talks about having people executed and sending people.
Yeah, but he's backing.
That's the same with all the companies that he's dealing with. If you look at them and you go to the reviews, they've all got like 2.5 or 1.9 star. They're not really any trustworthy company.
Use your own heads, guys. Like, just use your own heads. Do a bit of your own due diligence. Find out if it doesn't look right. It fucking ain't. The internet doesn't lie. Well, it does in many ways, but with the review system, it's pretty much tough boundaries on that. So you can't do it. I work on the internet all the time. So with marketing. So I know that these review systems work, and if they're saying that it's not, have a look. I always write a company name scam, a company name fraud. Have a look, do that on everything, and it will give you a fraud review, a scam review. And if there's people saying stuff, obviously if there's one, something may have gone missing in the post. But if there's a multiple,
hey Eddie,
then,
welcome.
There's no smoke without fire, guys. Just brains. And if it keeps coming up that this guy, Charlie Ward, is an absolute bullshitting liar, which I already know. Wow.
That is his son. Charlie Ward is a bullshit. Wow. I mean, come on. How can anybody sit here and tell us, people who are discerning and watching this, how can anybody sit here and fucking tell us that Charlie's like doing something great when his own son is sitting here? Oh, marone, ma che cazzo. Like, these people don't get it.
But I leave you guys to work that out yourselves.
Yeah.
I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink it. So I'm pretty sure you'll all work it out. Darren's worked it out very quickly.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been following him for quite a while since March last year when he started. Like a few of us, like Henry does the videos when he starts off with the new King of England kind of scam. About that?
Awesome.
The new King of England.
Yeah, basically, there's a guy that was claiming to be the rightful king, and got involved with that, and it was just basically another scam. I can send you information if you wanted.
I honestly don't want. I don't want to see. I don't want to read. I don't want nothing to do with him.
Right. See, he is just like, I don't want to know. He's like, I don't want any fucking thing to do with him at all whatsoever. I just really appreciate this guy's candor in this matter. This is very important. Think of how many people that are vulnerable mentally right now. Okay? Some of you are in this chat, and that's okay. But, hey man, I'm telling you something. If any of these people try to take advantage of you guys, I'm gonna slap the taste out their mouth in a video game. Allegedly. See, I'm not gonna really do that. I'm just gonna say something about it. You know what I'm saying? So don't let yourselves be fooled.
I want him to. yeah, as I said, I don't know anything to this current situation. I do know past history, and I just want to make sure that you know, he's outed for what he does.
Wow.
I just don't think he's right. I think he's mentally unstable in some way. But
okay, first of all, Spawn, you say one negative thing about this guest again, I'm throwing you the fuck out. Okay, I don't want to do this in my chats. Okay, I don't want to have to do this and say this, but I will. Okay, this guy is coming here and he has come out and he has spoken in this interview. Okay, and someone in Texas actually set up Charlie's website. All right, so Spawn, don't fucking do it again. Do you understand? Because I'm not having it. I don't like it. It's negative. Do not speak negatively about the guests. I do have. Well, you know what? I have a family, Dragon. Okay, I don't really put, you know, anything. But Spawn, don't do it again. Okay, you have one warning. I have to moderate as well. I don't have a chat moderator, you know, so I have to do it myself.
Like I said, I mean, for me, it's not about trying to earn your dad or trying to, you know, because he talks about having people executed and sending people.
Yeah, but he's convincing people to do something that's not right.
Yeah.
He's telling stories that are just made up bullshit, and unfortunately, people are buying them.
I mean, for the likes of myself and a few of the others, we just want to, like, you feel like it's a chat where you want to pick up and give him a good shake and tell him, just tell the truth.
Okay.
Just stop scamming.
All right, look, now I got to stop the video again. Okay? Do me a favor. Don't tell me what to say. Okay? I'm here. I don't get paid for this shit. And I'm just trying to bring you guys some information, man. Okay? So do me a favor. I'm going to ask that you have some respect and some manners. All right? Fat Blokes, the answer to that question is, this is from, here's a question for Fat Blokes. This is a replay. He did edit it, and M aired it first, right? A few days ago. I wanted to make sure that it played on his page, and he, you know, because he's monetized right now. My monetize has actually been removed for the moment that I'm dealing with. However, this is the a couple little edits in there, but he shows on the screen when he does edit it. Okay, so everybody just chill out, man. Don't be negative in here, or else I'm gonna have to say something about it. I don't want to have to do 3 jobs at once. Help me out here. Thank you.
These people and stop.
Chris Watkins says, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, because you're not doing it. Like I said, mental health wise, there's some people that have stopped taking medication.
Yeah, that's bad. Like, I know that's like, I would never stop taking medication and stuff like that based on some. I suppose he's a doctor, isn't he? I bet they believe that. Has he got showing off his certificates? If you got a clip of his certificates anywhere, have a look at the name of the university or wherever it is. Can you send it to me? I'll find out the information. I'll pull that shit apart. Because I know.
Yeah, and make sure you guys.
I did it before with my sister. We were laughing.
Make sure you guys give M Seeker, Just Tiz, and Cold Beer Confessional a follow as well. They're my buddies, and we all do Grift Busters together, and we might have another episode coming up pretty soon. We'll see what happens. I hope you guys like that.
Yeah, he talks out.
And a lot of you guys, you know, we have the same crowd, the 4 of us. A lot of us have the same phone. I'm doing something a little different. They do a lot of pre-recorded. So the way we look at it is like this. It's like Tiz and M kind of make more like pre-recorded stuff. And me and Will are kind of like the live commentary style guys. I think it's a great balance. I do something completely different, and we just give it a different spin. So now, while we're running it, people could make comments in the chat. We could discuss it. We could talk about it, you know. And I will discuss anything with anybody, and I love interacting with the chat. And just as long as it's respectful, even if it's a hard question that challenges me, I will answer it. I just don't, you know, I have to monitor the chat, run the shit. It's a lot to do for one person, you know. So, give me a fucking break. And just enjoy.
Absolute shit. So
thanks, Eddie.
But we've always known it, but he's your father, so you kind of just brushed it off at the time. But now it's got a bit too much for me, and causing me
Thanks
a lot
for
of
coming
issues
by,
in my
bro.
life. So I'm willing to. I'll find that out again, because it was, I forget what it's called now. It's called something. It doesn't even exist.
And I got some free cool stuff at the end.
Thing. And he'll try to make up a story about it, but you can't get a doctorate by just you've got to go through some you've got to go through some hard graft to be a doctor to understand that.
And then there was the old Top of the Pops, Jimmy. You've heard about the Top of the Pops, Jimmy Savile thing?
No.
I believe
he claimed to have known.
I believe the Top of the Pops thing is number 19 on the 30 Reasons with M. Seeker. So if you go and watch M. Seeker, he's now talking about he's talking about let's talk about that. Oh yeah, Cold Beer Confessional is great. You know, like I said, Tiz and M do like the recorded style, and Will from Cold Beer Confessional, I do like the live thing. You know, we do the live commentary, we put a little comedy into it because, you know, yes, number 19, perfect. You know, Tiz and M are great, but, you know, they're no John Cleese. You know what I'm saying? See, like, me and Will are the funny guys. Like, that's just the way it is. I'm kidding. Those guys are great. I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding. I love them, but I'm funny. Anyway.
Jimmy Savile and been a guest at Top of the Pops.
Why would he want to be a fucking mate of Jimmy Savile?
But it gets even worse than that, I'm afraid. Because he said that he used to have some female friends that was all, and he's about to say underage, and then he says young girls.
Right, that's when he said
underage. He warned them they would have to shag the host, but he still took them anyway. So when people heard this and they started saying, well, Charlie, if you knew that Jimmy Savile was who he was, and these underage girls would have to shag him, then you would be as bad as him. Yeah,
that was very, very important part of what M caught Charlie saying. He said that the girls were underage, and he kind of stopped right in the middle of it. It sounded like he was going to say the word underage. That's where it seemed like it was going. So that's what you hear from the video. You know, you just have to, first of all, to pick this stuff out, you have to watch them kind of regularly. You have to listen to the anomalies and what they said before to see where this is bullshit and that's bullshit. And then put together a really good one with 30 Reasons. But that's what we do now. So 30 Reasons has now turned into like 115 reasons. Like it is just, it's not just 30 Reasons anymore, okay? Then we got onto the cleaning lady. That was number 31, right? And then it just went from there. It snowballed. There are so many reasons to not trust some of these people. You have to be discerning, you know? I'm wearing a pair of proper chaps right now, okay? You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm saying. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
So he changed it.
He actually knows.
That's true,
right?
Dragon.
My brother, Lee, actually applied to Jim will fix it. Try and fix something. I think it was to go on. I think it was just to go to Alton Towers or something. He got denied. He didn't go on it, quite fortunately. If he knew Jimmy Savile back then, considering his own son is applying to go on the show, right? And my mum will back this up. She'll have a clearer memory than I will. But I do remember it. Considering he didn't even know his son was there, that goes to show what kind of a father he was. If he was that close with Jimmy Savile, and why is his son applying like everybody else? Why don't you get him in through the back door like these other chicks that he's getting in or whatever else?
Yeah.
All chaps are about this. Thank you.
I remember when people did question it, he changed it. He said, oh, well, I was 25 years old, and so were these girls. What he said was underage in another video. And he said he was 25. But when your dad was born in 1960, so it would have been 1985 when he was 25.
Right.
Jimmy Savile wasn't there.
He wasn't there. He retired the year before, over a year before him. So, you know, he tripped himself up.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah, he just talk shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about Jimmy Savile would be There are still a couple of details that what they're saying is a very good point. No doubt about the Jimmy Savile thing. No doubt what they're saying is to be considered and added to this debate and this question. But it's still not answered as far as I'm concerned. Because Jimmy Savile would still have been maybe involved in the show as a producer or still had connections there. I really don't know. I mean, there was a year that he left, for sure.
Just a typical Charlie Ward conversation.
Yeah.
And then that's people.
There you see the edit.
Even his own flesh and blood, Justin, he'll use whatever he can to get people to do what he can. He's only thinking about himself.
Yeah. So, if you had a message for your dad, what would it be?
Don't ever, ever cross my path again. Obviously. And don't turn up at my funeral either if I go before you. Honestly, I can't stand the guy with an absolute passion. Yeah, just don't.
I do have a video on this channel about Jimmy Savile. It's called Jimmy Savile Royal Predator. So after this, if you guys want to check that out, that would be great. Make sure you hit that like button for me too, guys. Share this with your friends. Have other people follow, like, comment on this stuff. And definitely let's get this video out there for people to see.
Don't cross my path.
It doesn't matter whether it's from me or from them.
That's my dad.
You know, it's just that this is just different. You know, it's two different vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both very cool, by the way.
So when you went to live, you lived in Spain for a little time yourself.
Yeah.
While you was over there, you was friendly with your dad, or was it still two separate lives?
Sorry?
When you was in Spain, was you like friendly with your dad, or was you still like living your own separate kind of life?
We were friendly. You'd always fall out of him because he would say something and then he would say something else and it never added up and it never made sense. And I'll challenge it and he doesn't like to be challenged and we'd fall out about stuff. But I have my own life. My first marriage, or not first marriage, my first nine years with my eldest son's mum, I was out in Spain. So I lived with her and I had my child there. So we had our own life. We did our own thing. But we'd always go over, like you would here in England. You go to meet, you see your parents, go for lunch, and et cetera, et cetera. Then a couple of years, I moved back to England. Then I went back out there, and then I met my wife, which I divorced she divorced me actually a few years ago. And she basically, so I had another child with her, got married.
My condolences there, TS9. I'm sorry to hear that my father passed away last year. I understand. I had a different relationship. More like just listen to Glenn. You'll kind of figure me out a little bit. But seriously, my condolences about that. And let's see. Why come out with all of this now? I mean, seems to be relevant now. Glenn, by the way, does not know like all the stuff that we know by watching this. Keep that in mind. Glenn does not know who fucking Dave Rodriguez, MLK, Scott McKay. He doesn't know who all those people are. He doesn't know. So when you say like come out with all this now, like why come out with all it now? It's because now it's relevant. Now it actually makes some sense. Now we can put some context to it because it's been happening for a while. I think that maybe he didn't even really know. Maybe Glenn didn't even know what the hell was going on until someone came up to him and he goes like, yeah, I'll talk to you. But apparently from what Glenn is saying, he is not really active in what his father is doing, which is a great fucking idea.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So,
and by the way, I want to extend my condolences to the Ward family for the loss of their son in a car accident. There are no words of condolence that you can give a parent and a family for losing somebody. So I just wanted to say that is no joke whatsoever to me. Okay. And I really do feel that it has affected Charlie on a very deep level. And I think that when I start to look at it, Charlie could be in a very bad mental place and just sort of have the type of ego to not say anything about it. Because I could not imagine the death of my own son. I just couldn't imagine that. So, I do have compassion. I don't agree with what Charlie does, but or what he says, but I do have a sense of compassion for his loss. I feel like it might have fragmented his emotional state, perhaps, but I'm no doctor.
I live my own life. I used to do boot camps as a personal trainer out there. I had a digital marketing agency. I did things to do my bear and in my bear. So I did all that kind of stuff. And I just had my normal day-to-day running life like most people do. And he would, I would help him out. If he just wanted to go somewhere and a free trip to Dubai paid for, sometimes I'll jump on it. Yeah, of course I would. Who wouldn't? Come out to Dubai. Okay, for the weekend. Wicked. I'll do that.
Yeah, but silly not to. I think I even jump on that.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so I just go out and see him. We'll go over.
I'll tell you right now, if Charlie invited me to Dubai and paid for a ticket, I'd fucking go. Okay, I would go. I would be right on that plane.
Some drinks, have some Sunday lunch most of the time. Just normal stuff. But I tried to, more towards the end, I tried to separate myself from him because he just did my head in. I remember he just drove me around the bend. I had like a nervous breakdown at one point, and I was just
that's right, Kat.
Because he just kept on lying about something, and it just gets to you, and it was a frustration thing. And I think I think he owed me some money or something. It was just a lie after lie after lie where he didn't give me the money. So I went in there and I just took his deli and stuff. It was a nervous breakdown for me. I had to get to the doctors after. I kind of apologized after it because my behavior was so fucking bad. But he built that frustration. He created that frustration. But my behavior wasn't acceptable either which way. But that's kind of where that was towards the end when then it all came to a blow, and obviously I had to see proper doctors. I had to go see counselling and all the other bits and pieces, and they were dark times. And that's when my wife left me because I was in such a dark place and such a. If anyone's experienced depression and stuff like that, you sort of take it out on the person that's nearest to you sometimes, or not sometimes, most of the time. And
that is very relatable. Can anybody in here relate to what Glenn is saying? Is that when we perhaps as humans, when we get depressed, when we close off, when we lose ourselves within ourselves, we act in ways that we otherwise wouldn't. Don't you agree?
Unfortunately, she was getting the brunt, and rightly so, she left me. Which we're still good friends now, and I completely understand. She understands where I came from because we've come around that dark stage now.
Time
so it is what it is on that kind of thing. But yeah,
see you, Cakes.
It was tough times.
I mean, at least you understand it, but I mean, I guess some of that could stem back from way back.
It's okay if you missed the free stuff at the end.
Yeah, so
you can watch it later.
Yeah, it's because I got into a lot of stuff that you use as an escapism or an addiction after that kind of thing. So I was trying to escape something, but now
he was in a car accident, Dobbs. He was, I believe it was in Spain. Yeah, very unfortunate, very sad, and like I said, I do not. And nobody in here will, or I will throw you right the fuck out, will speak poorly about the dead. Okay? They're not here. And like I said, I don't agree with Charlie, but that's one thing where, where that's off limits, guys.
I kind of worked it all out. You kind of work out why that is, what happened there. Because once you work out what happens, then you can really push forward with your life.
Thank you so
much. Yeah,
much.
it does stem back from the beginning. You know, everything that he's done for his life is, I think, has affected both me, my sister, and my brother. My brother was a very troubled child. You know, he was expelled from, I think, all the primary schools in Torquay, and he ended up going to a boarding school
he's talking about.
in the end.
I believe his name was Lee.
My dad took any part in the court proceedings and stuff. I know my mum did, because they wanted to move him up to Kent or something, and we were in Torquay, and they finally got him into, I think it was somewhere nearby. It was in the next county. So yeah, he was. My brother was a very troubled child, and that's why he got into a lot of drugs himself, and unfortunately died 12 years ago. One second. So yeah, so that's basically what's happened there, and I think he's affected us.
Dragon, are you not understanding what the fuck I'm saying? Okay, sorry, buddy. I'm putting you in a timeout because you don't fucking get it. And I don't put people in timeout, I block them. It's only because you've been here for a while. Okay? Going to a timeout now. Fucking disrespectful. You know what? I believe the young man's name was Lee, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. May he rest in peace. Okay? And I'm telling you, you guys even make slight little nubs at the dead man. That is bad luck. Okay?
So
careful.
I think Carla's, as I said, a message to anyone: leave my sister alone.
Yeah, I think they will now, to be honest. It seems to have worked, you know, when we got the message out and you made that comment. I think your sister seems to be being left alone.
Yeah, I think she has.
Say one disrespectful thing about this man's brother who has passed away. Okay? Please don't. And actually, when Dragon comes back in, I put him in a timeout, I'm going to throw him the fuck out of here. And he's going to have to do whatever, you know? And he's going to be out of here for a few weeks because I can't have that, man. He's passed away. Lee Richard Ward. May he rest in peace. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Let's put his name up there for a second. You know, like, may God rest his soul. The fuck is wrong with you? Man.
I've kept her up to date.
I think, like, once people realise
correct,
your dad didn't have much interest, it wouldn't impact him too much. But people realised that it was actually just it was a dead end. It was just hitting a brick wall by, you know, even targeting people.
I think that once this all this is over, hopefully people will.
I don't like doing that.
I hate to use it. Wake up and sort of see what the world is for, what it is, and he hasn't then got any more stories. But I'm sure they'll find something. But I just hope that, you know, it fizzles out at some point, because, or you guys get him and something happens and puts a stop to it. But because I'm sick of getting messages, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll bet.
So, I've had people threaten me.
I hear you, brother.
Like, mate,
I hear you.
It's got nothing to do with me. I said, if you want to come and find me, come and find me. But if you want to find my old man, I said, I'll happily send you his address. Don't ever come in my inbox, especially when they've got like no picture, no bio, like trying to threaten me. Like, get out of here.
And everybody, just by the way, leave Glenn alone. Okay. Glenn, he doesn't need your notes and all that. He gets it. I did tag them though, because I wanted to give him credit and stuff, but you know, it's different.
So I kind of used my real name as well, although I had like a bit of an angle as well. I also used my real name. And one of the things I didn't want is like you thinking that I was trying to intimidate, blackmail.
That's Carlos. I said, I don't give a shit. So they're gonna fuck him out. If I said, if you cross my path,
everybody make sure you hit that like button for me, okay? Smash that like button before you forget. Don't forget, do it now. Open the screen.
Because he really destroyed my life, and he destroyed my marriage and destroyed a lot of stuff. But that's my personal stuff. I'm going to keep to myself. But he's just, I just can't stand him. Literally, if I that's why I wouldn't watch a video of his, because if I saw him, my blood would boil.
Wow.
Blood.
I mean, he literally gets enraged when he looks at his father. I can relate, my man. That's for sure. I could say that I couldn't imagine growing up with someone like Charlie, but I can absolutely imagine it because I think I did it.
Would boil, and it would just go, yeah, irate. Is one person that I really just despise, and I don't dislike anybody normally.
I'm the same, and like I said again, it's not about so much disliking or hating your dad and wanting anything to happen. It's just about trying to get it to stop. Make him see what he's doing. He's actually
exactly.
People.
Yeah, exactly. I wish no harm upon any of these people, even the ones that have attacked me, threatened me. Right? I wish them no harm. Right? I don't. They are going to have to deal with the consequences of their actions in other ways. But again, I wish no one any harm. None of the grift busters wish any of these people that we talk about any harm. And I believe in this particular case, I could speak for all of us, is that we in no way, shape, or form condone any harm, any canceling of any kind. You know, do your thing, but be honest about it. Don't sell the hopium, right? So, seriously. Thank you, Joseph. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, too, at the Veritas Machine. I got a lot of stuff going on over there that you guys should see. And I got a little present for you in a little bit here. So,
I wish you good luck on that. I honestly don't think, unless you go down a legal route, I don't think he's going to stop. But anyone convincing him, I personally don't think there's anybody's heartstrings you can pull that he would go, do you know what? I'm going to stop this, or I'm going to start, this is affecting me now, my family. I don't think he would. I don't genuinely think he would.
Wow.
You've got to go with a legal route. You've got to get him somehow where someone is literally physically going to close down all this shit, left, right, and center, and then, get whatever enforcement agency, whatever country, whatever, put a stop to him. That's the only way you're going to stop him.
Yeah.
With evidence of something like that, he doesn't give a fuck about anyone. I'm sorry, but he does not give two shits. He won't care for anything but himself. That's the honest truth. I don't see any other way.
It makes it actually harder when you've got somebody like that. It's only because of but he gets all his followers, and some of them, especially the Americans, he's got a massive American following.
Yeah, I've heard he's got a lot. He does a lot.
And I just want to give a special shout out to Darren Atherton, the interviewer here. The Truth Intelligencer on Twitter. So make sure you follow him there. But Darren Atherton, everybody in the chat here, just give him a thumbs up and some love here for this fantastic and unique interview experience that we are getting to review. So yeah, big up, Darren.
Telling me, and this was about a year ago, that he was, he constantly kept on going on about how many followers he's got on YouTube. It doesn't, because you've got 20,000 followers, it doesn't impress me. Like, it's what are you trying to get to here? Like, because he kept on going on and on and on about it, and that's obviously, again, he just loves it. He loves the attention and he loves money, and that's what he's going for. So if he can get a cheap deal for a shitty gold company, which I'm pretty much almost guarantee was set up by one of his mates somewhere, who's knocking out some shit gold, probably from Dubai, because he did go to Dubai a lot and does know a few people out there.
Mafia.
Not reputable people, but he knows people out there. So yeah, there's probably someone out there shipping out crap coins, probably melted down with something else. I don't know.
Wow.
He does have like he is a part of a website who promotes one that sells like.
So what does he say? Wait, well, let me just.
Guarantee was set up by one of his mates somewhere. Who's knocking out some shit gold, probably from Dubai, because he did go to Dubai a lot and does know a few people out there.
All right, Dragon, that's it. You're done. You're done, son. Okay, bye. You're done, son. Okay. And I fucking told you, didn't I? Okay, but you had to be stupid, didn't it? You had to be fucking stupid. Ugh. I don't like to do that. Now, I am, according to Charlie, and you should know this by now, I'm not American, okay? I'm MI5 and MI6, and I'm a deep state. And we just sizzled up some dragon fillets and we threw them out to the puppies, because that's where they belong. If you can't run with the big dogs, stay on the porch with the puppies, okay?
Not reputable people, but he knows people out there. So yeah, there's probably someone out there shipping out crap coins, probably melted down.
Well, that's the thing, is what they don't know is that it's not MI5 or MI6, it's MI8.5. Hey.
Something else, I don't know.
Well, he does have like he is a part of a website who promotes one that sells like alternative.
So I have this attitude.
And, almost fake notes for like what you can buy on the internet and eBay for something like £3 or £4, a few dollars.
No comment, Joe.
If you go to his website, they're like £80 and £90 each. And people,
what are they? What is he selling? What kind of notes are they?
It'll be like a Donald Trump dollar or something like that. Something silly. Some sort of Zimbabwe note, Iraqi money.
Yeah, because he always friends with like the governments in.
He said something melted down, and we got off of the topic here, but he did earlier say something melted down. That's curious. That's a curious comment, Alethea. What do you think? Melted down, huh? Really? Melted down? Did anybody else hear that?
Reputable people.
Yeah,
he knows people out there. So yeah, there's probably someone out there shipping out crap coins, probably melted down with something else.
What? Shipping out crap coins, probably melted down with something else. Okay. All right. Look, I'm really just enjoying this interview, and yeah, like some of his, like maybe some of his complimentary coins, maybe sauced up with them. Maybe not quite what he says they are. Yeah.
He does have like he is a part of a website who promotes one that sells like alternative currencies and almost fake notes for like what you can buy on the internet and eBay for something like it.
I got a DM on my Instagram from a family. Actually, it was from a couple who said at Easter they went to their family gathering and they realized that their elderly parents, their elderly parents were giving Charlie money monthly in his Insider Club, but also purchasing some of his packages and then getting the gold certificates. Now, the gold certificates, the Chinese gold certificates, Charlie claims that these Chinese gold certificates are going to make you rich one day. That's what his claims are. So, you have a situation here where, when I get these DMs, that's what troubles me. People who are younger should be able to take care of themselves. But when it's elderly people, that's when I get fucking pissed. Okay? And that's why I do what I do. I don't give a shit if somebody who's young and stupid gets ripped off, as much as I care about elderly people or people who are mentally fragile, vulnerable, easy to take advantage of. It's fucked up God damn it. Really, really upsets me.
3 or 4 pounds, a few dollars.
Yes, they are worthless, TS9, and they're worthless, and that affects these people, their families. They've spent this money. They believed in this guy, and he just took advantage of them, like he does to hundreds of thousands of people around the world.
But if you go to his website, they're like 80 and 90 pound each, and people.
What are they? What is he selling? What kind of notes are they?
It'll be like a Donald Trump dollar or something like that. Something silly. Some sort of Zimbabwe note, Iraqi money.
Right.
Yeah, because he always mentions like the governments in Africa and stuff like that. I can't remember which countries.
Zimbabwe.
He used to say stuff like that. I was like, yeah.
He's talking about the Zim.
I used to think that the guy was so
because between Nicolas Benjamin, who I call allegedly his mafia nickname is Nicky the Vag, Nicky Vaginaman. I call him Nicky the Vag. That's his mafia gangster name. And you know, old Chucky Putt Putt over there with his you know, golfing green in his living room, selling these Zims, the Zimbabwe currency, the dinar, and the Vietnamese currency, which is actually called the dong. I'm not kidding. So yeah, foreign currencies.
So much of an idiot. He talked about these. This guy, the Nigerian government want to move this money to there, and I need all this coming up with all this elaborate story. And I'm like, Dad, are you replying to the Nigerian emails? Like, you believe in this? I think he was getting it from there. I'm not sure where he gets it from, but he was coming up with it. I'm like, really? And then he would go to Africa, and it would never ever come off. I'm like, did you ever think it was? No disrespect, you know, they're renowned. They're renowned for fraud. You know, they're the biggest fraud internet for emails and stuff like that.
So in some ways, he was as gullible as the people that he's conning today himself.
I think so. Yeah, he does. He buys into these deals with these absolute random scumbags.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And
did you? Holy!
Go off somewhere,
what? Are you serious? 58K from where? Miss Nancy, if you don't mind answering. If you don't want to answer, that's okay. It's totally cool. You know what? While you're thinking about an answering, I'm going to give you some... I feel so hurt. Don't be hurt. Think about it now. I'm sorry for once you put your kind. Feel so hurt. Feel so hurt. Think about it now. I have a copyright issue with YouTube about the recorded song. No? I have my God rods dipped in gold. So there's that. Charlie does that. He gives you a gold God rod. Special.
I remember he got stuck in Dubai. He had to borrow some money to get a flight home once because he went out there thinking this deal was going to come off. And I said, never do anything until the money's in the bank. You know, I would never do anything with build a website until I've got 50% deposit. Don't do anything until there's something there. If these guys are transferring millions and they can't pay for your flight and hotel, why are you even going? If they can't do that for you, then they obviously haven't got millions and millions to move around. You know, they'd have XYZ millions in their own personal accounts. It doesn't make sense. Makes no sense. But he believed it. He was as gullible as they are now. Well, don't want to call people gullible and whatever, but if they are buying this stuff, they are being a bit gullible and they need to wake up.
Yeah.
Be woke, as they say.
Stop the jab shit. It's not going to stop. Stop.
Be woke. I think everyone else needs to be woke and realize that it's not what it says on the tin with him.
you've either got to be, in your dad's mind, you've either got to be woke, that's either by understanding that Trump and there's going to be a global reset.
Yeah.
Spiritual, because you need to look inside your own body and be in the fifth dimension.
Oh, I see. From a pager tower scam in Florida. Yeah. So not anything from any of these guys, but still unfortunate. But yeah.
Got a big follower of God. You know,
God.
Yeah. It's one of his catchphrases. Remember, Jesus loves you.
What the fuck? He doesn't do any religion since he left the religion.
Wow.
He
really?
Yeah. I admit I'm not into religion at all because of the shit that's caused within my family, and they completely separated blood. You know, they've taken blood thicker than water away from everything.
Wow.
So I've never been a religious person, and he's completely not. So
wow.
him saying that is
so just the religious aspect of this alone. The son, Charlie's son, is saying, and I believe that this is his first son. This is his oldest, right here. Seriously, his son is saying that all that Jesus loves you stuff is stuff. You know, it's caca, it's poo poo, it's duty, it's boo boo, and it is not true. All right, so. You know, well, whatever it is, and you know, the point is that Charlie's selling pool keys, you know, with a cross on it, in it.
Is a farcical joke, and it's a prey on I'm a good person,
right,
kind of thing. That's all it is.
See,
God
man.
bless you. You know, if someone says that to you, you think, oh, what a nice person. You know, but he's saying it just for that. He's using it as a little, I'm an honest gentleman.
No. At one stage, when he did his videos, he had Justin doing a little intro.
Wow, yeah, that's disturbing.
I saw that.
Did you see that? And to me, that not just to me, but people were saying, in a way, it's kind of, he's using him to actually get the viewers. And
it's using a child to pull at some heartstrings to show he's genuine.
Yeah.
You know, why would he put his children on there? It's not his child. It's not his child. It's not his child. So he uses me.
It makes it, let's say, those people going down the legal route and looking and reporting them. And
I would try to get them together and talk to a top lawyer somehow. Find, you know, talk amongst yourselves and find somebody that will deal with this matter. Thing is, I don't know what he does. I know the gold thing. You mentioned a few other bits. I don't know who, what, where. You know, there's got to be a link somewhere. Find all these links. Find out that it is one big consortium of scam, and just get it and get them all. I don't know. It's got to be something. I hope to God he hasn't used my name in any of it, because he's obviously used my name in a few bits and pieces. But if my name crops up, let me know.
I will do.
I'll be down there to change. Well, that's why I've changed my name. He doesn't know I've changed my name. So I don't want anything to do with the name anymore. So yes.
Yo, Tina. You know, like whoever wants to take whatever they want to take medically to make themselves feel safe, like let them take it. Like who fucking cares? You know, that's just my opinion, but that's not the topic right now. But you know, you are dwelling, and let's respect Glenn a little bit. All right, last one.
So he, let me know, and if there's anything you want to know. Unfortunately, I can't help you with what he's doing right now, but I came after I got divorced. I went traveling in Asia and then Eastern Europe, and then I only came back a year or so ago. So it's kind of a year old.
So, when I got divorced the first time, I ended up with after I'd gone through all the courts and the solicitors, and I ended up with a bed and an old washing machine. Yeah. That's what I came out of an house with, a bed and an old washing machine.
Yeah, I was saying, my ex-wife took the baby and the two dogs back to Norway, and I just thought, I'm going to go traveling. So I told her to take everything, like just take everything. So why would I need it traveling? I'm not going to sell it for money, and you need it for, well, you've got kid. We've got the kid. You know, life's not going to be easy as a single parent now. So, but it was her choice. So, but yeah.
Man, he's just like, you know. Well, you know what, Spawn? I don't blame him. I can understand your concern, but I think he's being honest, and I think this is something that needs to be said.
Is what it is.
Right. It is what it is.
It's been quite a while.
Well, I think we've been on the phone for an hour and a half, haven't we?
I've just noticed that. Then it's like, you know.
Yeah, it was time flown.
I need to be investigated. I need to be investigated by the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. If you don't mind, send them my way. Any kind of cheerleading team from a professional sports organization, even some of those hockey team girls, leave your skates on. Come over. Come over to the walk-in, the palace, the crib.
I'm glad I've got it all out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to come in my head to go, I wish I bloody told him that, and I wish I told him that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could, as I say, I could probably talk for days.
Glenn, you are more than welcome to do that in the interview that I will be doing with you. We can, you know, we can chop it up, and hopefully we can do that soon.
The events that he's put me, my mum, not so much.
He should write a book.
My brother. I don't want to talk about my brother so much because he's not here to evident anything.
Exactly.
Or there's this. Yeah, I just don't want to do that.
There you go.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that have happened. A lot of things that have happened. That just,
I like him.
For me,
I like Glenn.
The last 3 years have just completely added up, and I'm like, fuck my life. I actually can't believe I allowed that shit to happen. But you do when you're under narcissistic or emotional abuse, and the way they chip at you, it's subtle, not recognizable until you actually understand it. And I didn't even know what narcissism was until this it all ended.
It's kind of like the sense where you smell a little bit of smoke, and then all of a sudden the entire room is engulfed in flame, and you are in the middle of it. You know, that's what dealing with a narcissist feels like.
And then it kind of worked it out.
I sense him being genuine, and I sense Spawn has got maybe another agenda to say, but this is just not the place, my guy.
This shit adds up. So yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to speak about your brother as well because I have read up on it and I've seen what actually happened, and I thought, well, you know what, it's not really. It doesn't need to be mentioned.
I'll tell you this now. Read that. If you put Leeward Lamborghini in, into the Google search, and it will come up with I think it's Daily Mirror, Daily Mail, or one of them papers. There's two British headline papers there somewhere, and they all talk about this British oil tycoon's son dying in his Lamborghini. British oil tycoon's son. First of all, he wasn't an oil tycoon. He never has been. I don't think he's ever owned a barrel of oil on a commodity market, let alone being an oil tycoon. So he
make sure you hit that like button, guys, and get the shares and the comments in there. Don't forget before we end this, which is going to be in a little while, but I got some free stuff coming at you.
It comes up. I'm 99.9% sure them articles were sold to the papers by my father.
Wow.
And I did say I'm going to go to the papers.
Wow.
And ask them why the fuck they've written this. And
wow.
he was convincing us not to, because if you do, you're just going to add wood to the fire, and it's just going to escalate and escalate. And my head was so screwed at the point of when my brother died. I kind of bought into that, and I wish I bloody did go to them now and ask.
Man, you know, and it was like his brother too, you know, like. Wow. Okay. So let me get this straight. And chat, I'm going to need your help here for a second. Did Glenn just say that Charlie sold the articles of Lee's accident to the papers? Is that what the fuck he just said? I need to go hear this again. I'm sorry. because I just got goosebumps in like a bad way. You know what I mean?
Come on, Daily. I think it's Daily Mirror, Daily Mail, or one of them as well.
I need to go
we've been
back
on the phone for an hour and a half, haven't we?
I've just noticed that. Then it's like,
Yeah, with time flown.
Glenn's like, let's wrap this up, guy.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to come down in my head to go, I wish I bloody told him that, and I wish I told him that. But yeah, as I say, I could probably talk for days. The events that he's put me, my
did
mum,
a great job, my guy.
not so much my sister, my brother. I don't want to talk about my brother so much because he's not here to evident anything. Or there's this, yeah, I just don't want to do that. But yeah, there's a lot of things that have happened. A lot of things that have happened that just, for me, over the last 3 years, have just completely added up. And I'm like, fuck my life. I actually can't believe I allowed that shit to happen. But you do when you're under narcissistic or emotional abuse, and the way they chip at you, it's subtle, not recognizable until you actually understand it. And I didn't even know what narcissism was until it all ended. And then it kind of worked it out, and I was like, wow, this shit adds up.
Hey, thanks.
So yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to speak about your brother as well because I have read up on it and I've seen what actually happened, and I thought, well, you know what, it's not really, it doesn't need to be mentioned.
I'll tell you this now. Read that. If you put Leeward Lamborghini in, into Google search, and it will come up with daily. I think it's Daily Mirror, Daily Mail, or one of them papers. There's two British headline papers there somewhere, and they all talk about this British oil tycoon's son dying in his Lamborghini. British oil tycoon's son. First of all, he wasn't an oil tycoon. He never has been. I don't think he's ever owned a barrel.
Althea, do you think we could find out? I mean, like, I believe Glenn. I'm not saying that I don't believe Glenn. I'm saying, do you think we could get this confirmed in a statement by somebody? You know what I mean? Thank you. Because what?
Of oil on a commodity market, let alone being an oil tycoon. So he comes up with, I'm 99.9% sure them articles were sold to the papers by my father. And I did say I'm going to go to the papers and ask them why the fuck they've written this. And he was convincing us not to, because if you do, you're just going to add wood to the fire, and it's just going to escalate and escalate. And my head was so screwed at the point of when my brother died, I kind of bought into that. And I wish I bloody did go to them now and ask them, who sold you this story?
There we go.
I'm pretty sure they would have said.
Because now I want to know too. Yes. Wow. Okay, so according to Glenn, he believes that Charlie sold the stories of his own son's accident to the fucking newspapers, man. What? That is a level of alleged scumbaggery. It's not just the articles, Joe. We want to find out who's the reporter, what's the reporter's name. Let's talk to this person, and whatever their sources are. Discuss who sold them.
My old man, 99.9% sure, and I'm just so sure that it was him that sold.
Maybe we could FOIA it if they have an American office, but I would go that far, Althea, that we could FOIA if we have to.
If you read the story,
fuck it,
they were written by him, and they were about him. Oh, poor little Charlie Ward.
Yeah,
just going for that. He uses it. He uses his dead child for attention. That's just the kind of person he is. That's another really sad thing about him.
Well, it is that. I mean, that's how he talks about Justin, isn't it? He had a child he had a child there, and then Justin came along, and it was like kind of a way to redeem himself. You know,
He can't redeem himself with another child. You've got to fucking look after the two that you've got left, or try to redeem it with them.
Right.
Put some effort in, not like be a cunt and let things keep escalating out of control and then use another child to make out that you're the best father.
Awesome.
No, you can't. What you could have done was say, apologize to my sister and pull back from stuff and maybe contact you and deal with the problem head on. Not brush it off and use it, tell her that I stood by you as a lesbian and then bring up a little kid, look, I'm the greatest father in the world. No, that's not how you do it. It's just the most pathetic thing I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
From a man. That's what I mean.
Wow.
Pathetic twat. I don't like him, as you probably explained.
Yeah, man. I can't say I blame you, buddy.
All right, well, I've got to crack on. I've got so many calls and so many messages on my phone. I'm going to have to deal with this now. Get on with them.
He's going to have to deal with
send you a
this.
message.
It's true.
Give us a call whenever you want, and we'll catch up. Okay?
I will do. Okay, no problem. Thanks for that. Okay.
Thank you very much, Darren. Speak to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, there you go. Right there. Check out all of these pages that you see right here. This is Alethea, M, Thurrock Farms, Boz, or Mr. Bozo, who does some really funny videos. Myself and Dr. Charlie Fraud, and some other people here. Yeah, this is really quite a story that we had here today. So I told you guys I was going to give you something free. And I am a man of my word. All right. So a lot of people right now, something that I just have been getting into a little bit is just helping people. Let's just go to, we are going to go to my IG page. All right. So I'm going to share that screen with you right here. And I am going to show you what I'm talking about. You see that link tree right there, the Veritas machine? All right. Let's click on that, and this is where I got something free for y'all. Okay, so I'm going to share the other screen here. Let me just get back to it. Hold on. And I'm just going to do this for you guys for being so cool and supportive. Let's see. Where's the tab? Here's my link tree. All right, so on my link tree, I want you to look at this thing that says Pi invite code, the Veritas machine. All right, so I want you to click on that right there. And I'm going to have to click on that screen now because I got to share it down the line. But that was a great interview. I mean, seriously, for him to come out and talk about all that stuff, fantastic. Okay, so I'm clicking on this called Pi Network, and what I have done here is given you guys an invite code, right, for you to go to Pi Network. You could download it as an app. I'm going to give you a free crypto coin from this platform, and you are going to get to be able to start mining. It's not going to cost you anything, all right? And I started to do this, and again, this could be the next Bitcoin. There are a lot of people that really like this. So I really kick myself in the ass every time I hear the word fucking Bitcoin, okay? Because I didn't go as big on it in the beginning as I should have, right? But this one I'm gonna try it out. All right, so maybe this will turn out to be a little bit better. And probably not a good idea for me to have like $100 million from anything when I was that age, because it was just crazy. So, all right, so then what you're going to do, remember, you're just going to go to my Instagram page and hit that link tree, and it's going to get you here. And you're going to use the Veritas machine as your invite code. Then what you need to do is you need to verify your information, and you need to check in daily, because they are going to pay you in their crypto, right, for just using your bandwidth. So we're creating like a mining network, all right? Then you will be able to get your own code and make your own group. And this is not a pyramid scheme. There is no downlining. I do not make any crypto or anything from the people that you have in your own groups. I just create my own. We all create our own security circles to make the blockchain stronger for the transactions that will need to make this coin do its thing and make a lot of money. All right, so I hope everybody does it, but you don't have to have Instagram, Dobbs. Just go to Pi Network, look it up. There's an app, and just use the Veritas machine. You don't need to go to my Instagram. How about this? Don't go to my Instagram. Just do it from here. If you're on my Instagram, that's an easy way. But here, you could just go to Pi Network. You'll see the Pi sign right there, and you can do it. So it's free mining, right? So don't kick yourself in the ass now because, you know, you're afraid to try something new. I'm going to try it, and I may not be an expert. And look, Lorraine, you got to check in. You have to make sure you verify your information, or you're not going to get your coins, right? If they're going to be paying you stuff out, they need to know who you are. So I've done all that. You have to have all that shit done. And then you'll be able to set it up on your laptop to make even more coins. With the amount of coins that I've mined so far on Pi Network, if they were Bitcoin prices, I'd have like $12 million right now. So anyway, yeah, I heard that. And I really appreciate it. If you guys want to support the page and go that extra mile, you see the banner scrolling down below. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, Cash App, PayPal, or jump on the Patreon. You know, our goal is not money, but we do use the funds to improve the broadcasts. As you can see, you know, the microphone. But I made this cool new graphic. You like my background? Here's my cool new background. I'm really glad to be back on YouTube. Okay. I took a little break for a little while. Things were a little bit hectic. And the nature of what I do and who I speak about is going to get me some, deal with some crap, right? But to get it out there and not be intimidated by these people who try to silence me and cancel me, I'm not going anywhere. And I will tell you, canceling me, right? Straight up, never going to fucking happen. Thanks, guys. Full send. The truth set you free. All right. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to jump on that Bitcoin. I'm telling you. All right. I mean, not Bitcoin, crypto. And I'm going to be giving you some of these free crypto tips.
Universal deceit. Telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
On all of my videos, because you know what? It's not going to cost you any money. If any of these things ever get weird, you just delete them. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'm willing to take a shot. And why not? We'll see you next time. Right here. It means so much to me that you came out and joined me today. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Veritas out.